I'm Mike Stenberg, and we're going to run through a little bit of all the different bits and pieces that it takes to make a system for shrink wrapping boats, machinery, roofs, almost anything. Now it's basically three parts to make the system. One you've already seen, which is the shrink fast heat tool. We'll actually be using it shortly and to shrink a cover down. Then we also have, as the second part of the system, the shrink wrap, which is kind of like the basis of everything. It comes in three different colors: clear, white, and blue, and everywhere from 12 foot wide through 40 foot in width. We also have different mill thicknesses. Clear works best for showing off products that are going to be sitting outside, brokerage boats, brokerage machinery, things of that nature. If it gets too hot out though, the clear shrink wrap lets too much heat in and you can actually have too much condensation or heat damage. The blue works very well in colder climates as a cover for boats. This absorbs heat and allows the snow to slide right off. For other applications, machinery, boats that will be stored even in a warmer climate, white works much better. It reflects heat, stays much tighter than either of the other two colors on warm days. And the white reflecting also keeps the product underneath much cooler, which will eliminate condensation also. So we have the heat tool, and we also have the shrink wrap as the second part. Now the third part of the whole system are the accessories that go along to make the job much easier, durable, and professional. Now tapes are very important. It's very seldom that you can do a shrink wrap cover without any type of hole due to tearing, melt, whatever. And the tapes are used to repair that. And we also have specialized tapes such as this preservation tape, which has UV inhibitors in the backing. This can be stuck onto gel coat finishes, paint, etc., and used for several months at a time, then removed with no adhesive residue. The alternative is our heat shrink tape, and the heat shrink tape has no UV inhibitors in it. So if it's stuck onto a surface such as gel coat, metal, whatever, there's a chance that it will leave an adhesive residue. As a protective type of tape also, we have AntiChafe tape. AntiChafe tape is very similar to the tape that you see on new cars as they're being transported. Very light tack adhesive, so it will not leave an adhesive residue. And this is used over items that can be scratched, such as plexiglass, paint, things of that nature. So this is put on over the surface. Shrink wrap is put over the top of this, and this acts as a buffer to eliminate any chafing. So those are our tapes that go along with it, very important. As we step over here, shrink wrap does not breathe. It has no permeability, so it has to be ventilated in some fashion. This is our DS683 vent, which is a self-adhesive unit, two-part, so the top comes off, and you can see it has a wall on the inside. So this is weather-tight on a horizontal or vertical surface. Easily installed, and it breathes very well. This is a passive vent. We also have solar-powered, and this has one solar power or panel on it, and also two fans on the inside. This will move about 150 cubic feet of air per hour. So anytime that you want to ventilate something and have a powered vent, this works very well. Now, as we get into say, engine compartments, smaller compartments on the boat that aren't going to breathe very well, where there is no ventilation, you can use a product such as the container dry. This is a desiccant, so it does absorb some moisture, but it also then lowers relative humidity so that more condensation will not form. Very good for engine compartments. This product is the Starbright mildew gas bag. And this comes in a hanging bag, and it is not a desiccant, so it does not absorb moisture. What it does is put out a vapor that kills mold and mildew spores, so that it will eliminate that problem. Now this is an interesting product also. It's called a Z-Rust capsule. And Z-Rust capsules are designed to protect a certain cubic foot area, such as an engine compartment, electrical areas, or electrical boxes. So it's self-adhesive. You stick it inside, and this one will protect 2 cubic feet. So you stick it inside, and it'll protect electrical circuitry against corrosion. Also, ferrous and non-ferrous metals can also be protected where there will be no corrosion occurring. This particular item is used strictly when you're shrink wrapping boats, and this is called our end cap. Very simple design, but this goes on top of a 2x4 support pole in the boat, and you'll see it. We're going to use this in the near future on when we cover a boat. But this goes on top. Your strapping for support runs through it, and then as you shrink it, the little ears come down and keep the pole from poking through the cover if you have heavy snow loads on top of shrink wrap. Here's our zipper access door. These come in 3 different sizes. This is a 30 by 36, but they go all the way up to 36 inches wide by 72 inches long. And the zipper doors are easily installed, and it's one of the last things that is done after the boat is shrink wrapped. So you can actually have access to your boat to work on it, or just to see what you've paid for during the winter storage season. Now, another almost a system all by itself is the strapping, buckling, and tensioning tool. And these 3 items are what is used to install this woven cord, polyester cord strapping on the boat. This forms the support structure, and this also goes around machinery and boats as a perimeter band holding the shrink wrap on. So this is very strong. It's 1,200 pounds tensile strength, and it has no stretch. So by using this in the buckles, you'll see how we do that. And the tensioning tool, you can make a very tight strapping system that's easily installed and very strong. Now, we have a couple more safety items that you should see, but before I get into the last few safety items, I'm going to show you exactly what we suggest that you have out of your own toolbox to get the job done. And they're all very simple things. A stapler, and you're going to use this when we're stapling into the support poles and on top of your boat. Handsaw for cutting 2x4s. Tape measure, 25-footer is more than ample, generally speaking. And a fire extinguisher. And fire extinguishers are very important. The shrink wrap that you generally will be using, unless it's specifically marked flame retardant, can burn. So you want to be very careful, and you want to also have that fire extinguisher handy. Along with that, you want to have a ladder. And the ladder, it just has to be the length or the height so that you can see safely over the job that you're doing. So if you're doing a boat, you want to have a ladder tall enough where you don't have to stand on the top rung, but you can see over the boat so you can see what you're shrinking. Safety first. Along with that, you'll need long cuff safety gloves. And these are insulated, but you'll need these as you will be working around open flame. And if you do not wear a glove, you'll never have to shave your hand again. Now, we also offer safety glasses, and occasionally you get a blowback of flame and you want to make sure nothing happens to your vision. Last 2 items. This is our film cutting knife. And the film cutting knife, it has replaceable blades. It's a very safe piece of equipment where you cannot cut yourself, you cannot damage gel coat, paint, whatever, by running it down the side. Again, it does have replaceable blades. This is a lifetime type of tool. And the last piece is our ring cutter. Now, the ring cutter is used strictly as a ring, basically, but it's used for cutting strapping. So you never have to pull out a safety knife. And you'll find when you're done with the job, you'll have fewer thumbs actually laying next to it when you're done. Now, this comprises the whole system that you'll need to install a professional and very durable shrink wrap cover.